We have arrived, Michael. Mike Wiltz.
Yes, we have, fans. I'm trying to regain my composure after Cinta de Oro versus Don Juan that we just saw.
And it was a struggle, folks. He struggled to get through all that, but I think we have reached a point in our mental health here that we can accept what happened.
Well, fans, you can see that on the Hybrid School of Wrestling YouTube page. But we are keeping it moving into the finals of the Hybrid Championship Tournament, and kicking us off is the Marauder, Diego.
For wear there, holding their jaw, knowing what happened. Hopefully they know better at this point. They stay out of the match.
I still can't believe what we just saw. J-Wave still feeling the effects. Diego Renay looking to pick up a win for the Texas streets.
And Mike Wiltz quite salty about it.
Salty about it.
And here he comes, the babyface backbreaker. I hope you have my glasses on because Casey Blackrose's shirt says it all. Arrive, break backs, and leave.
Well, I'm surprised you can read it given some of the stuff we've heard from you tonight, but I'm not going to take anything away from Casey Blackrose. Absolute banger of an opening match here tonight, and looking to pick up victory number 2 is the babyface backbreaker, but you see already part of the competition ahead of him, the Marauder Diego Renay telling him he better not get too far ahead, don't take his eye off the ball, because he's not going anywhere, and we've still got one more competitor to go.
Diego Renay's out on the outside. There's no treasure out there. The treasure's on the inside, but you got to fight for it.
The treasure is what he's on the hunt for right now, and what it's been about all along, that Hybrid Championship. But in addition to Casey Blackrose and Diego Renay, in the running is this man.
I like to wait for that. Wait for it. There you have it, the A-plus wrestler, David Kidd, knowing that this is all about
Oh, Jay Young! Jay Young!
The match is over!
The Bloodhound Jay Young getting a measure of revenge. Shofunaki out to get him back. Jay Young, of course, did not pick up the victory against David Kidd earlier here tonight. David Kidd picked up the win. That is why he is in this match. But Jay Young, understandably not happy about it. Jay Young should have won that match.
Jay Young lost the match. That's what happened. The A-plus wrestler, David Kidd, was just too smart. Reached their goals. And Jay Young is unhappy about it. That's not David's problem.
Oh, it is definitely David Kidd's problem. I don't know if you're watching the same match I am, but Jay Young has made it his problem. Shofunaki out here, frankly, I don't think he's got David Kidd's best interest at heart. David Kidd needs to go home. David Kidd needs to go to the nurse's office. He needs to wait till he's got whatever doctor's note he's got before he can come back and get in this ring. He is going to get hurt.
Shofunaki he does have his best interest in mind, considering he made sure that Jay Young was ejected. That's what we have to have here, is a match, the title match, the main event between these three competitors. And we're already, Diego Renay, not even waiting a second before the bell finish is ringing, and he kicks David Kidd in the face.
As well, he shouldn't be waiting for anything. The Marauder should be in there taking everything he wants, and Casey Blackrose has that mentality right now. Just a hard shot across the chest. Casey Blackrose showing why he is the babyface backbreaker. Just dropping Diego Renay across his knee, not once, but twice.
And he's taking the time to enjoy that, considering the fact that Diego Renay seemed to enjoy what he did to David Kidd. David Kidd still trying to recover on the outside. Casey Blackrose taking the energy in from the crowd, going back for more, giving Diego more.
Diego's got to be careful. He can find himself at a big disadvantage, but the Marauder doing what he's got to do, picking up the upper hand. That hard side kick to the side of the head. Casey Blackrose, gonna say, might have already lost the Hyper Championship, but does manage to kick out Diego Renay. To his credit, still on the attack.
And I'll give it to you. We can't underestimate a Pirate because that's all they want to do is just take for themselves. Casey Blackrose coming in here, trying to have an honest match with Diego Renay, and Diego not letting up.
A near fall, Casey Blackrose kicking out. I don't know if I appreciate what you're trying to imply about Diego Renay here, Doc. You're saying Pirate, Marauder, all of these things that do apply to Diego, but you're saying them with a bit of a negative connotation, all right? I don't appreciate what you're really trying to say about Diego, okay? What is he supposed to do in this match? Should he just roll over and just let Casey Blackrose pick up the victory, or God forbid, David Kidd? What should he do? Of course he wants that gold. Of course he wants that treasure. He has been open about that from day one, and I expect the Marauder to leave it all on the table as he sends Casey Blackrose into the ropes. Blackrose reverses. Ducks the lariat. David Kidd eats the dropkick for his trouble.
And David Kidd still on the outside. Casey Blackrose didn't seem to notice that Diego came in with a backstabber. Casey Blackrose feeling it up and down his spine. As Diego Renay comes right back down, goes for the cover, lifts the leg, but not quite. Casey Blackrose was able to use muster as much power as possible in his lower region to kick out.
This crowd trying to get Casey Blackrose involved, but it's going to take a little bit more than stomping your feet, clapping your hands to withstand the assault of Diego Renay. As Diego just looking to wear down his competition.
And Casey's just pushing right through, but he's being bludgeoned by the forearms of Diego Renay. Casey Blackrose down on one knee, but here comes David Kidd pulling Diego right out.
David Kidd, if he knew what was good for him, he wouldn't even involve himself in this match. And Casey Blackrose diving to the outside. The babyface backbreaker, sending both Diego Renay and David Kidd to the concrete.
We got to keep an eye on J-Wave, who's already watching the action as Casey Blackrose rolls in. Kidd into the ring. Diego still on the outside. Oh! Picks him right back up and tears him down.
Near fall again, David Kidd kicking out. Casey Blackrose utilizing just one of those backbreakers that he has in his repertoire. We spoke about it a little bit earlier in his match earlier, just how good Casey is at hitting those, how skilled he has become at just hitting a backbreaker out of nowhere, out of virtually any type of setup. In addition to his hard-hitting resilience and the strike game that he has, but David Kidd, to his credit, taking it to him. David Kidd's got him up and down.
But think about what we saw earlier from David Kidd. They played a smart game. They got to know their opponents. Right here, David Kidd sacrificing a little bit of themselves in order for them to get in there, find out what's going on with Casey Blackrose.
I like the way you said sacrificing a bit of yourselves like it was a plan and not getting dumped on his head in that Ushigoroshi from Casey Blackrose. Diego Renay smartly reading the situation, going for the pin on both, but both of them kicking out.
But if you remember earlier, David Kidd was able to secure the win despite taking all that damage from their opponent.
You're right, David Kidd, you're right. Yeah, absolutely. David Kidd stole one earlier. Absolutely.
You're calling David Kidd dishonest.
I'm calling David Kidd a fluke. I'm calling his victory earlier just that. Yes, I will say it loudly and proudly. David Kidd stole that victory from Jay Young, and I don't think I'm going out on a limb saying that. Jay Young had that match won dead to rights. And again, David Kidd managed to swindle his way in this match.
All of them worked hard to be here. David Kidd especially. Ooh. They're exchanging chops with each other. Going round and round. Here we go. David Kidd taking it to Casey. Casey to Diego. We can see that all these opponents are going for broke.
And when it all all breaks down, all you've got left is just throwing hands as hard as you can, and that's where we're at, folks. All three of these competitors pushing their bodies to their limits. Double lariat from David Kidd.
Do you call that a fluke? Is that a mistake, or is that called preparation?
No, this is called adrenaline, and it was bound to happen sooner or later. David Kidd finally remembering that he's in a wrestling match, and he is assaulting uninvolved personnel. J-Wave again sent to the floor.
Making sure J-Wave does not get involved.
J-Wave was not involved before David Kidd just decided to again assault J-Wave. The combination Lariat Bulldog takes both Casey Blackrose and Diego down, but not enough to secure the pin.
Goes for Diego Renay, but Diego Renay kicks out. We weren't able to secure that. The cover was certainly made on both of them. David Kidd, that was a great try. They're just going to have to keep pushing on, and they're going to do just that. They have goals, just like you saw Jay Young writing on his wrist tape.
They have goals. That's great. I'm glad he's got some goals. Maybe his goal should be, I don't know, raising his grade in math, because I know that boy's got some trouble adding. Maybe he should contemplate getting some homework done instead of interfering in grown folks' business like this match. Casey Blackrose letting him know.
Picking him up and taking him down over that knee, cracking his spine right in half. Diego Renay coming in for it as well. Woo!
Good Lord, I was gonna say a half and half, but Casey Blackrose converting it to a full-blown rotation on that suplex. Diego Renay may have had the wind knocked out of him from that. David Kidd, to his credit, getting up, managing to stay alive, but for how much longer is a big senton from Casey Blackrose. Crashes down.
Not quite, only two. David Kidd still in the match. He's gonna try to see if he can get one on Diego. One or the other, it's gonna have to be. And Casey waited way too long. Diego Renay rolling over already. David Kidd moving out of the way.
He's got a handful of Diego's hair.
Are you sure about that?
Of course I'm sure.
Or does Diego have a handful of Casey's hair?
Absolutely not. Diego does have them hooked, though.
Oh,
man. Into the leg, a knee into the sternum. No, he's used that before to achieve no small amount of success, but David Kidd breaking up the pin, tosses the Marauder out. David Kidd going for the pin.
Ooh, almost had a new champion right there.
Almost had him steal another one here tonight.
It's a match. There's no stealing here. All you need is 1, 2, 3. Whoa!
Impressive handstand kick from Diego Renay, the Marauder, letting everybody know he's still very much alive. From the top turnbuckle, nobody home from Diego Renay.
That was either a save or Casey was trying to take that for himself.
Hey, why not both, Doc? I mean, nothing saying you can't kill two birds with one stone in a match like this. In fact, I may be a little bit more literal than he usually is in a situation like this. But all three men are down. This is a unique situation. Referee starting the count.
Diego already inching their way up using the turnbuckles.
You're saying it was a unique situation because we could see a triple disqualification, but Casey Blackrose and Diego getting to their feet. Casey Blackrose in the splash in the corner. Diego Renay getting his feet up. But Casey catches him with a backbreaker, going for the pin.
Can they keep that pin? No. The desire for the booty is too strong. The Marauder really wants this win. Securing the goal is all that they have on their minds.
Not David Kidd. Hit the Crayon Crusher, looks like across his knee, a variation of it, but not enough to pick up the victory. Hard on display from all three of these competitors, showing just how much they want to be the inaugural hybrid champion. Diego Renay with the leg lariat takes down David Kidd.
We're not on the same situation as before. Diego Renay still maintaining some semblance of ability to get back on their feet, and that's incredible. But Casey comes back in with that surprising backbreaker. Stabbed in the back, Diego Renay rolling to their, ooh, comes in for Kidd. Wrestling gets the Hybrid School of Wrestling Championship, secures it firmly in their hands.
You want to talk about someone who has overcome every bit of adversity in their way, someone who has stuck their nose to the grindstone, does everything that they could possibly do to be the best in that ring, to be the best outside of that ring. You want to talk about somebody, listen, Chris Marvel.
Why?
Chris Marvel snatching the Hybrid Championship away from Casey Blackrose.
Casey won it though. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. We have, wow. This one seems a little bigger than the last.
As I was saying, you could not find a more deserving champion than the babyface backbreaker, Casey Blackrose. You can hear them here in the Hybrid School of Wrestling, and they are telling no lies. That man right there, Casey Blackrose, is your inaugural Hybrid champion.
We had to let him breathe a minute. That's a gorgeous title. Casey Blackrose, well earned. Congratulations, the babyface backbreaker. Everyone understands here tonight.
The champion has been crowned, but Doc, just like we have a new champion, a new gauntlet has been thrown down here tonight. Who is going to be the first competitor to step up to Casey Blackrose? Who is going to be the first to try and claim that Hybrid Championship for themselves? Fans, you'll have to come back to find out the answers to that question. And until then, I'm Mike Wilkes.
I'm Dr. Lewis.
And this is the Hybrid School of Wrestling. 5 years of the experience. Here's to many more. And fans, we'll see you at the next one.
I told you, everything I do it for you. Thank you.
Here one more time for the new Hybrid School of Wrestling champion, Casey Blackrose!